Everyone, it's again DIZHA. Welcome back to my channel. Today's episode is going to be based on how to cut an apron top. You can also call it a kimono top. So I'm using 1 yard and 24 inches of this fabric. It's an Ankara fabric to cut out an apron top. So now this is the facing. I'm using this lining. I'm using 1 yard of this lining to do the facing, and this is 1 yard of a gum stay to make it stand. So the next thing I'm going to do now is to start with this fabric and fold it into 4 places. So now this is into 2 first, then I'm going to fold it into 4 this way. This is into 4. The folding is of 2 ways. If you are putting a zip allowance, but it's not going to have a slit at the back, but a zip allowance. You can leave the zip allowance of 1 inch here, like this. You can see it. This is a zip allowance. Or you can fold it equally this way, then you cut it out. Then you now slit the back to put a button. Or you can leave a zip allowance like this, but here I'm going to use button at the back, so that's why I'm folding it into 4 equally. You can see this is into 4 now. And the next thing to do now is to tell you the full measurement. So the measurement we need here is the shoulder measurement and the full length. For the shoulder measurement, you have to put, assuming the shoulder is shoulder 7, so you put 1 inch allowance for the sewing allowance. Yeah, the full measurement is going to be 58 inches. This is 60. 58 inches with the same allowance of 1 inch, which is 59 inches. So yeah, the shoulder measurement. The shoulder measurement is 7 inches. With the same allowance of 1 inch, it's going to be 8 inches. So the next thing to do now is to trace it down. So now I'm going to connect my lines. So now, before then, I'm going to measure the neckline. The wideness of the neck here, I'm using 3 inches. For the wideness of the neck, it's 3 inches. For the deepness of the neck at the back, I'm using 2 inches. The one on the front, I'm using 3 inches. So like this. So for the back neck, so now I'm going to cut it out. So that's the back neck. Before cutting the front neck, I want to cut this area first. I can now cut out the front neck. So this is the front neck and here is the back neck. You can see it. So the next thing to do now is to slit the back neck. So I'm going to take the measurement from this area. I'm slitting it with 5 inches. This is 5 inches, then I'm going to slit it down. It's 5 inches. You can see it. So we are done with the fabric now. The next thing I'm going to do now is to place each of these on the facing to cut out the facing. So now I'm placing it on the facing. You can see it. Then I'm going to cut it out. You can see the facing is not reaching the exact measurement here, so I'm using this to turn it up. This is going to turn this up like that. So then I'm going to cut it out. So now, this is the front. I'm doing the same for the back as well. So now this is for the back and this is for the front. This measurement I use is for medium. If you're using measurements for large and extra large, it depends on their shoulder measurement. You're only going to use the shoulder measurement to cut out the shoulder length over there. Then you add 1 inch to it for the seam allowance. Assuming the person is using 8 inches for the shoulder measurement, that means you're going to use 9 inches. That is plus 1 inch of a seam allowance. And assuming the person is using 10 for the shoulder measurement, then you're going to plus 1 to it, making 11 inches for the seam allowance. So that is how you are going to take the measurement for this type of style. What I'm going to cut out now is the rope at the both sides. It has 4 ropes, 2 at the right side and 2 at the left side, which means 1 is coming from the back and 1 is going to stay at the front at the right side, and also 1 is coming at the back and 1 is also coming at the front for the left side. That means we're going to need 4 rope or 4 belts to tie the apron top. So these are the 4 belts I'm using on it. So the wideness is 3.2 inches. The wideness is 3.2 inches and the longness is 15.7 inches. So as you can see, I'm going to fold it this way, then stitch it, I'll turn it to the right side, then attach it to the front or to the back. That is how I'm going to do for the 4 belts. So, and this is the state I'm going to use on the fabric. You can put this stay on the fabric or you put it on the facing. It depends on you. It depends on how you want it. But yeah, I'm going to put the stay on the fabric to make it more harder than this. Welcome back. Here is the finished work so far. It's an apron kimono dress. As you can see, this is the neck. And this is where I'm going to put the button. I'm going to tape this area, then put the button. Then this is the side. This is the side with an attached rope. You can see the way I sewed the rope. I put the rope in between the fabric and the facing. You can see it. And this is the side rope or the side belt that I'm trying to tell you when I was cutting it out. You can see this is how you're going to do it. This is the other side too. You can see it. You can see the way I use the facing to turn up the fabric. When I was cutting it, I told you earlier that the length of the facing will not be equal to the length of the fabric. You can see? You can see how beautiful it is. You can also follow me on Instagram at DIZHA House of Fashion. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel, like and share. Bye!